trying to break the rules. My old man showed me how to work the tools, fighting and screaming till our faces were red. I always remember the things that he said. He said, someday you'll find me in a hole in the ground, wondering why I haven't been around. I was young when he was old. Never seen a day apart, so I'm told. 'Cause I grew up flustered, trying to break the rules. My old man showed me how to work the tools, fighting and screaming till our faces were red. I always remember the things that he said. Someday you'll find me in a hole in the ground, wondering why I haven't been around. Someday you'll find me in a hole in the ground, wondering why I haven't been around.
Good stuff. Thanks, Nathan. But now, as promised, we turn to football, and look at the lineup we have here today. Former Swansea City schoolboy, Mal Pope, who could have been a contender.
Could have been a contender,
and Craig Lawton, football referee.
Yeah, so used to get anything thrown at me instead, usually.
Yeah,
abuse
but
or
enough,
things.
enough about politics.
Yeah. It's good training for it.
Let's get it out of the way, straight away. Gylfi Sigurdsson made his debut, his full debut for Everton last night. We have the goal here.
What a goal.
Well, okay, but that's debatable, but there we go. Let's take a look at the goal if you've missed it.
At the start of the second half. That's an ambitious effort. It's more than that. Pick that one out. Goalkeeper off his line, and welcome to Everton Football Club, Gylfi Sigurdsson. Have some of that. 13 seconds into the second half, and surely now Everton are through to the group stages. This is what you get for 45 million quid, folks.
Unbelievable. You can't express the relief and how important that goal is for Everton in this moment in time. And from a kind of hopeful clearance over the top, Sigurdsson has just turned that into a fantastic effort on goal. I have to say, you know, you can look at it any way you want. He knows exactly what he's doing at this moment, and to just get the right height and weight and execute that the way he's done, absolutely fantastic.
I need to have words. I asked to see it once. I didn't have to be constantly reminded of it. I guess had he been in a Swansea City shirt, that would have been the greatest goal in history of the game. But in an Everton shirt, luck. Good goal.
Bargain.
It's a great goal, though, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah. He's such a clever player, isn't he? You know, he's bright, he's intelligent. He could see something. As we saw last season, he could see the pass that nobody else could see, and he could see the goal that nobody else could see last night.
You can understand, you know, the saga ran on and on, but you can understand the owners of the club wanting to hang on and protect the assets of Swansea City Football Club. If you want this player, you're going to have to pay money, and a goal like that shows what he's worth, and he was worth the 45 million.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can see the reaction from the other players, can't you? Almost breaks my heart to see one of the first players up there is Ashley Williams.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, but no, £45 million. And you look at the other players who are going for similar fees, he's definitely was worth that. I just hope we spend the money wisely, Kev.
Big game for the Swans tomorrow. If we don't get something out of that, don't get a win out of that, as I'm convinced we will, we'll go into that international break with just the 1 point. And it's not a good time to have a break, is it?
Yeah, I mean, looking at a game against Crystal Palace, you think, yeah, it's a good game to go into at this stage. They've not been playing well. But I think Palace will be thinking exactly the same. They'll probably be quite pleased to be playing the Swans as well. But, you know, I was at Palace a couple of years ago when Michu scored after a few minutes, and that was a great match. So, you know, there's history there. We can win there. And it's not that difficult a trip either, really. So hopefully they'll get a result.
Yeah, they've sort of like, because at one stage it was a fortress, wasn't it? And there was that sound coming from their ultras. They seem to have fallen out of love with their club, their own club, do they, a bit? Yeah,
great passion still for the Swans, isn't it? Good to see the away follow. And even the game against Milton Keynes, it was a cup game. I have no idea what the cup is called anymore. I have no idea who sponsors it. I have no idea what that sponsorship is. Only that they have the draw at like 4:30 in the morning in Beijing, as you would do for the English Football League Cup. But I think we've I don't know if you've seen the goals, but we've got some clips from how the Swans got on against Milton Keynes this week.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, available. He's fit. He's in good shape. He's had a good pre-season. Been playing games, so you know he doesn't need any extra physical work. It's just about whether I see it right to integrate him straight into the team for tactical reasons. What we saw in him, and that's why we brought him to the club, is a player that has experience of this level, a lot of experience of English football. Someone who's extremely versatile, so can play in midfield, in a three-man midfield, in a two-man midfield, can play at full-back, was a striker when he was younger, has been a winger, wing-back. I think the only place he hasn't played is maybe in goal. So we're bringing a really good footballer to the club, someone that is going to add a lot of value, and we're very happy to have him here.
Well, when I heard the news from my agent that Swansea were interested, then it was obviously it's a Premier League team. I had a dream when I was younger playing in the Premier League. I was fortunate to make that come true last year with Hull, and to have a chance to come back into the Premier League was something that I jumped at straight away. I enjoyed watching Swansea play last year, and the brand of football they play was definitely something that excited me, and something that I felt I would fit right easily into. Just looking at his CV is unbelievable. He's worked at the top clubs with all the top players, so for a young lad to come and work under him and try and improve my game, I think he was a perfect man for it.
Last season you were on the wrong end of a relegation battle with Hull. What convinces you that that's not going to be the case here and that Swansea are better equipped this season?
Well, we've seen from the start of the season, we did a good performance in the first game of the season. We was unfortunate against a big team.
Superb
like
goals. Enjoyed every single one of those.
Fair repetition.
Might not have been the right clip. It's the first show.
First show, Kev.
And it's live.
Absolutely.
We've got a very intelligent manager, haven't we?
Yeah, he's a bright guy, isn't he, Paul Clement? I like Clucas's story. The only thing that worries me, Kev, is when his family turn up. I mean, the last thing we want at the Swans is the Ku Klux Klan's name.
I like it.
You like it? You can have it. It's one of yours.
I'm going to write that one down.
I pinched it from somebody else.
Money's on it already. Prediction, what do you reckon tomorrow?
Oh, I'll go for 2-1 to the Swans.
Okay.
Yeah, hard-fought win, I think it's going to be, yeah.
I'll take a point now, Kev. Take a point.
Take a point now?
Take a point now.
We need 3 points for tomorrow, don't
we? It'd be lovely, wouldn't it? 4 points to go into the international.
And to go back to the game that we didn't see the goals from, well, it was still good for confidence to get a win, wasn't it? Because so often we've tripped up in those games in the past.
Yeah, I'm glad he played a strong team, you know, because it's... You know, with all that disrespect thing, but actually you just want players to play together. It's like a band, isn't it? When you're in a band, you need to play a lot. You need to know how everybody works, and that's important.
Boys, stay with us. Thank you both. We'll chat to you again in a moment, and we'll take a look at the papers with Neath MP Christina Rees. Welcome back to Big TV. I'm Kev Johns. Mal Pope, Craig Lawton still with me. And so now is the Shadow Secretary of State for Wales, Christina Rees MP. That deserves a ripple.
Come on,
don't be rude.
Respect for the office. Respect for the office.
She give you a kiss when she came in. Not one mention of Neath. Not one mention of Neath on those titles there.
I'm absolutely
shocking,
gobsmacked.
shocking.
You know?
Hey, lovely to see you both. You've got a real surprise for us in a little while. We'll hold that back for a moment. We just want to take a look at some of the papers. We're going to go to the Daily Mirror. You could have bet that this would be a headline on one of the papers this morning, and that's a bank holiday travel nightmare. And it's the standard Friday before bank holiday story. But unfortunately, this is all to do with rail problems and work being done on the rails. But we do always seem to have problems when people are going on holidays.
Yeah. It's amazing how it's always scheduled at that bank holiday weekend.
My biggest gripe at the moment is I've come back from over the border quite late at night. I'm really tired, and I get to the Bringlass tunnels, and I have to go all the way
through Newport.
Now, no disrespect to Newport. It's a lovely part of the world, and I love that stretch of road with more roundabouts than anywhere else in the world. But, I mean, it's an assembly thing, I know, but have anybody got the word? Is it going to end soon?
I mean, I don't know, Kevin. They've been on about making the roads around the Bringlass Tunnel. But when you look at it, in this country, we've built like 2-lane roads. If you go to anywhere abroad, really, they've got like 6-lane roads. So, you know, maybe we should have thought of that when we put that tunnel through Bringlass, really.
It's the same when you come to Swansea, though. I mean, why, as soon as you get to Port Talbot, do you have 2 lanes all the way to Carmarthenshire? That's a European trade route. That's such a big route in terms of tourism as well. This weekend, as an example, everyone's coming down this way. They want to go to Joe's Ice Cream, and you hit 2 lanes. It's shocking, yeah.
I had a real fright. I had a new sat-nav and it called the M4 something completely different. I thought, what is this? And apparently there's a road that runs from some obscure village in the south of Ireland all the way into Russia, and you could technically go on one road. I mean, it's not all the M4, but they've mapped out one road. But we love our moans about travel, don't we?
Yeah, it's part of living, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a travel jinx. Every time I get the train to go to London, something goes wrong. So people pay me not to travel with me.
Daily Mail, my favourite story. This is, again, a travel-related story, and all to do with motorway lorries without a driver. And it specifically says in the Daily Mail that this concerns lorries driving on roads in England. Driverless lorries. And I get this vision of people, the lorry turning up at the Severn Bridge, and it becomes Wales. Who's going to drive it the rest of the way? Who's going to pay the toll for a start?
It's scary, isn't it? I mean, AI and all that type of thing. I mean, you know, because they say the Titanic wouldn't sink, didn't they? The experts. I got a feeling they say this will never crash. But
the trouble is, you know the end of that story now every time you see the film.
Yes, exactly.
And it ruins the film, doesn't it?
But with those lorries, though, I mean, they've still got drivers, apparently. They're just steering. They're not doing the speed. It just seems sort of a bit sort of halfway almost. Doesn't seem.
Well, that headline is fake news. I think I've heard that one before. But it is a worrying thing, isn't it? We were talking about driverless cars. We're talking about driverless lorries. There's even talk of aeroplanes. I'm sure they'll have to have somebody in the cockpit. But pilotless aeroplanes, and it's the world we live in. But for ordinary folk like you and I, it is a worrying thing.
It is a very scary concept because we've just travelled down now, and I don't know whether I've got an invisible car. Because some people on the road, I mean, I don't know if they just didn't see the car or they were just aiming for me. But we had a couple of narrow scrapes on the way down.
Shadow Secretary of State for Wales.
You're talking, Christina.
Do they not know who we are? Jeremy Corbyn's been in Wales these past few days, hasn't he? Did he enjoy himself?
Yeah, we up in North Wales, we went to visit Hapus Community Centre in Llandudno, and that was great. We met some really inspiring people there who were doing really good work for the community. We went to a boxing club and they're turning, kids round who may be going down the wrong road. And then we met the knitting circle, who are knitting everything you could possibly think of for people in the community.
You just hope there's no get mixed up, do you? Make sure it's the wrong one. The knitting circle and the boxing club.
Knitting gloves, man.
Yeah, exactly.
So a lovely photograph on Facebook of a friend of mine who is a mayor of a town. I'm not going to identify him. You'll understand why in a moment. But he had a photograph with Jeremy Corbyn. He said, "This is my new best friend. He's got my vote from now on." And he's the Conservative mayor of a town town in North Wales. So
I probably know him then.
not many, are there?
Well, there are more than you think.
It's good, though. We want to see our politicians out and about. And sometimes Theresa May does have that little problem of engaging with people. Is it something she can work on?
Well, I think actually, I find this a bit surprising actually. When she goes out and just does meet people, she's actually a really normal, down-to-earth person. Saw pictures of her last bank holiday and she was having selfies with people during like a triathlon and stuff. But when you become Prime Minister, all the focus is on you. And, you know, I'm sure you feel it to an extent, Christina.
I don't think I'll ever become Prime Minister. I just like to point out
you get more focus and more attention on you, and maybe she's on guard as a result.
I don't know, because Jeremy Corbyn is just so relaxed about everything.
But does he want to be Prime Minister, though?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
OK.
Yeah, well, you know, that's the aim of the game.
We were at Swansea Market yesterday, and you'll see the feature that we made there shortly, but we came across a little stall that sold a very, very unique product. Have a little look at this. Swansea Market, genuine, 100% bona fide Donald Trump toilet paper. Where else in the world? Genuine 100% Donald Trump toilet paper.
Well, Trump has various meanings anyway. So,
Is it rude to ask who would you like to see on a toilet roll?
Well, that's a pretty good start.
You're happy with that? Are you?
Well, I think that's someone we can all, you know, band together and dislike. So that's probably a good one.
Well,
I'm not saying anything. No.
Chris?
I think, yeah, we'll just stick with that one, I think.
I'm not going to. I think it's very rude.
I'm with you.
Neil Warnock, maybe.
Neil Warnock,
That's a good one.
Well, we were chatting earlier on. It's been a few years since you recorded the Fireman Sam song, but that's still a massive part of your life, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I just got a call yesterday. They want to do a special feature about Fireman Sam. I thought that's nice, and I said, well, why now? And they said it's 30 years since it was released, and you grew up with it.
Yeah, it's the same age as me, which means Super Ted is older than me as well. On that basis.
You did the song for Super Ted as well.
Yeah.
The look on your face when he said that it was before his time was painful.
And we look about the same age.
That says more about me, I think.
Yeah, it's a lifetime ago, Kev. Well, it is a lifetime.
Elvis Costello celebrates his birthday today.
Right.
I'm not never give a gentleman's age away, but I think he was born this day, 1956, and I love his music. Absolutely love it. She is one of my favourite songs, which was in Notting Hill. But we were reminded that when he was 20, he recorded the advert for Our White's Lemonade. His dad did the main voice, but Elvis Costello, this very cool, hip, with it musician, did the Our White's Lemonade song. And thanks to the wonderful internet, I think we have the Our White's Lemonade song. I'm hoping we've got that and we can show that to you. It could be the goals against Milton Keynes. Who knows? But we're going to go for the Our White's Lemonade ad.
I'm a secret lemonade drinker. Our White's. I'm trying to give it up, but it's one of those nights. Our White's. Our White's lemonade. I'm a secret lemonade drinker. Our White's lemonade. Our White's lemonade. I'm a secret lemonade drinker. Our White's. I'm trying to give it up, but it's one of those nights. Our White's lemonade.
Yeah, well, we've seen it once. That's going to haunt him for the rest of his dad did the vocals, and he was one of the backing singers.
You got to do something to keep alive, Kev. When you're, for me, it was either that or doing nude films, and I thought I'd go for finding songs.
But it's an iconic song, isn't it? And forever people will remember you.
And it's weird because I did it in English and in Welsh, so Sam Tan as well. But in certain countries, they wouldn't have the English version. So, in the Middle East, they know me singing it in Welsh.
Interesting.
It is bizarre. I get odd emails from all over the world.
You weren't persuaded to sing it in another language?
Another language, no, two's enough for me.
There's not many of us who can say, Kev, that they were discovered by Elton John at such a young age, man. You know, and
Again, that's even longer, isn't it? Goodness me.
We were in school together,
You know?
Mal and I, and we're here where the studios are, is on the site of the old Deneva School. Mal, I always tell him, you're a year older than I. I've lived a harder life than you. But, our first stage show together was in school where we did Joseph and the...
Just downstairs?
Just downstairs, yeah.
Wow.
You were the Pharaoh and I was Jacob and Potiphar.
Wow.
Married to Cindy Morgan.
Oh my gosh, Cindy.
Do you remember that?
That's a big impression all of us, Kev.
Indeed, there we are. Enough said. Well, listen, thanks for coming in.
Brilliant.
Good luck to the Swans. Tomorrow we'll all be glued to whatever device we find ourselves glued to at 3 o'clock tomorrow. I know, Chris, you're certainly going to stay with us. You've got something fabulous to bring on for us in a moment. We've got some more music as well. In fact, former Swansea East MP Sian James will be joining us to talk about a very, very special book just out. Welcome back to Lunchtime Live today here on Bay TV. My name's Kev Johns. Now, Christina Rees MP has been joined by one of the city's much-loved former MPs, Sian James. We'll talk to them in a moment, but first, more music from songwriter Nathan Corbett.
Cool dude.
Oh, my life, my peaceful life, never gonna do me harm. When I'm troubled and I'm down, I turn to my lovely wife and say, oh, my life, my peaceful life, never gonna cause me harm. When I'm troubled with a frown, I turn to my lovely wife and say, do 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 do, da 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 ba bo ba ba ba. Bless this house and bless this very mess. Let me breathe the air in when I'm stressed, for I know not what worry is. Take a look around us, darling dear. To the light that flickers on the roof, the lack of pepper in this soup, you can say that nothing's going right, but I know we can make it alright. Da 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 da. Oh, my life, my peaceful life, never gonna cause me harm. When I'm troubled and I'm down, I turn to my lovely wife and say, oh, my life, my peaceful life.
Good stuff. Thanks to Nathan. He has a new EP out very, very soon. A new book on the story behind the film Pride has just been released, and Sian is here with Christina to tell us all about it. Is it right to call it a story about the story behind the film, or is it about the lives of the real people that were part of the film?
I think everybody was taken by surprise, you know, how popular the film was, and lots of people, the first question they ask you is it true? You know, how much of the film is true? Did we all live in the same street? No. Majority of it is, but it's an interpretation. And I think that alerted LGSM, Lesbians, Gay Sport and Minors, and others, publishers, to the fact that people were interested in the stories behind the film. A little bit more about the people who might not have appeared in it, and a little bit more about the whole relationship. When those miners turn up on coaches at the end of the film for the Pride March in London, I've not failed on one occasion to cry. And even if I've just turned the film on for another film which is coming after it and just caught the last 5 minutes, I still find that very, very emotional, because here we have two groups of people who, in some generations, never the twain shall meet. And wow, they came together, the most unlikely of friends and comrades and bedfellows, for this incredible cause. Yeah. And I think, you know, we were saying at the launch of the book down at Waterstones in Swansea, the people who came to the signing and wanted to hear a little bit more, they have been excited by the film, but I've seen the film in lots of different countries, and let me tell you this, it doesn't matter if they're American, Italian, German, Turkish, Algerian, people in Africa, people in India, they all get the film, and that's amazing, isn't it?
And the other bit that makes me cry is when Bronwyn sings.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
we've got a clip of that, you know.
Oh, that starts me off.
She's just such a delight.
What a voice.
No, victory! Victory to the Miners!
in the beauty of the day. 1,000,000 darkened kitchens, 1,000 mill lofts grey, are touched with all the radiance that a sudden sun discloses. For the people hear us singing, bread and roses, bread and roses. As we go marching, marching, we battle to for men, for they are women's children, and we mother them again. Our life shall not be sweated, from birth until life closes. Our starve as well as bodies, give us breath, but give us roses.
Wow.
We were singing along.
Well, yeah, it's incredible, isn't it? How big an influence did that period have on you? You are one of the characters. You are one of the central characters in the film. It changed your life, didn't it?
Oh, totally massive. Because I was just an ordinary housewife, and the only thing I worried about, truthfully, was whether my kids had the best school uniform possible to go to school, my nets were as the whitest in the street, and that my brass gleamed. And that was what my mother measured me by, and that was good enough for me.
The other impact it would have made you, we have these outrageous bohemians from the great sinful city of London come into Oncloyne, which totally different, isn't it? You know, I've that hall there, Oncloyne Hall, I performed there with the choir once a year, and I'm always looking at the audience thinking, I wonder if that woman who didn't like them who phoned the news of the world is here. I wonder if she's here. But
the palace of culture.
Yeah, but it had a massive impact on the village, didn't it?
Yes, and I think it had a massive impact on the 9 centres that were involved in the Neath Delice and Swansea Valley Miners Support Group, because we forget that sometimes. Oncloyne was the focus, and it was that key place, but we all fed into Oncloyne, and when we went there, you know, every week on a Sunday we would go there, Howell in the chair, Christina the treasurer, Edwina the secretary, and then we'd get there and we'd make our reports, we'd say how many bags of food we'd provided, because we knew if we'd provided that many bags this week, we had to do that many bags and a few more the following week. So we were preparing 1,000 food parcels. I mean, that's amazing, and that's every week, and that was entirely on voluntary contributions. So we created our alternative welfare state in a way, and the people who supported us believed in the things that we believed in. But when, you know, we were told that the lesbians and gay sport miners wanted to twin with us, we were like, oh yeah. And there was this little titter that went around, and then everybody looked at each other and thought, why are we laughing? You know, and that's the point I think that they get in the film, where I say, well, why don't we invite them down? And the funniest thing that was said that night, one of the miners sitting around the table looked very, very puzzled. And he said, well, if they come, you know, everybody got invited to the disco, the fundraising disco on the Saturday night. And I can remember Ivorion saying, does this mean we'll have to watch men dancing together? And my response was, but Ivorion, you've been watching women dancing together for years. You know, and nobody blinked.
For me, and this is a question I've always wanted to ask you, one of the most poignant moments for me is when they talk about when folks were started to be diagnosed HIV positive and with AIDS, they were given numbers, and one of the characters was number 2.
Jonathan.
Yeah.
And Jonathan is still alive, still going strong, puts his survival down to pretty unorthodox methods, mind you. But one of the interesting things about Jonathan is when he talks about how he had decided when he was diagnosed, he hadn't been feeling well, and he'd gone along to the Middlesex Hospital, which was the hospital that everybody got sent to, and he had the diagnosis. He talks about thinking, well, that's it, I'm going to die. You know, so I may as well go out in a blaze of glory.
Enjoy myself.
Yes, and I think that's the joie de vivre you see in the film, you know, the dressing up, the larger-than-life character, the flamboyant clothes. And he says, you know, he thought this is the end. So to watch very dear friends pass away, to see friends and their families suffer. And Jonathan's a special person because, you know, he's still hanging on in there.
Listen, congratulations. The book, there is the book.
And Sean's going to, this is for you, Kev.
This is for me.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Sign it for you.
It's been great to have you on the programme this morning, and thanks for joining us. Welcome back. Now, all I know about this young lady sitting here is her name is Gaynor, and she comes from Llanelli. Gaynor, welcome. It's lovely to see you. I have to guess what you do. It's a bit of a challenge. And you are from Llanelli, from Llangenach. So we'll start. First question. Have you done this for a long time?
No, not for a long time, about 18 months.
Is it something you would do at home, or would you need a place of work?
I can do some of it at home, but I do go somewhere once a week to do this.
Oh. Would I be able to do it?
Oh, well, you could, yes.
Really?
Yes, yes.
So would it be a service I would want you to provide for me?
Might be, yes.
Oh, really? Would you come to my house, or would you do it at your place of work?
We could do either.
Oh, really? Is it creative? Do you make something, or do you provide a service? Do you do something to me?
We are creative. We do make things.
So you make things. So you're an artist?
Well, I suppose, yes,
a creative artist.
A creative artist.
Oh. Is it something you make out of raw materials?
Yes, yeah.
You're not a painter?
No, not a painter.
Are you very popular? Would you make something for me, or would you sell your product in shops?
We don't sell in shops, but we do have craft fairs and things that we go to.
Oh, this is tough. Okay, I'm going to have a guess.
Go on then.
Do you knit?
Yes, yes. Yes, we knit.
Would you knit something I would wear, or something I would cover myself with?
We could do, yes, but we do all sorts of other knitting as well, and we do crochet.
Oh, I was going to be my next question. Blankets. You make blankets?
We can make blankets, but that's not what the project is that we've just done.
You making shawls?
No.
I give up. You're going to have to tell me.
Shall I show you?
You can show me, please, yeah.
Okay. This is one of the things that we've made.
Is that a tea cosy?
No, it's not quite a tea cosy, but we have made some of those as well. Right, that could be a cushion.
Ah, I see.
But they've been hanging up somewhere. They're hanging up, actually, as we speak now.
Where would we... There's an exhibition, obviously.
We've yarn-bombed Llanelli.
Fantastic.
The Crafty Seniors Knitting Group that I belong to.
The Crafty Seniors Knitting Group. And if people want more information about Crafty Seniors, where would they go?
They can contact the Town Council. There are posters up in libraries around Llanelli and things like that.
Fantastic. Well, all the very best for the future.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us today. I didn't do very, very well, did I? Now, we live in a fantastic area with so many unique features, but for me, one of our greatest assets in South West Wales is Swansea Market. I've shopped there for years, and yesterday I decided to take a little trip down memory lane. Swansea Market, as we know it, has stood on this site for about 55 years. But there's been a market in and around this area since the mid-1600s. Growing up in Swansea, this was the place to come. Catching the number 77 bus from Plasmal, which would stop on Oxford Street right outside the market, I would rush in and go to stalls like Frank's the Toy Stall, where I would add to my Subbuteo collection. Sadly, there's no Frank's the Toy Stall anymore, but inside this market are stalls run by families that have served the shopping community of Swansea for generations. Stalls like Butcher's Lee Vaughan and Billy Upton's. Jan Evans the Baker's, 3 jam splits for £1. Tom Whitehouse Electrical. Christian Bookshop. Tucker's Fresh Fish. And at the heart of the market, the Cockle Ladies. Carol Currier, just a small one for Kev today.
No problem, Kev.
Diolch yn fawr, Currier. Thank you very much. But Swansea Market is always changing, evolving. And every year, new experiences open up to the shoppers who remain faithful to this incredible market in the heart of Swansea city centre. Who would have thought 20 years ago that you'd come into the market and enjoy an authentic Thai taste, eat in or take away? So Mary is the manager of the Thai Taste stall restaurant here in Swansea Market. Mary, how long has the stall been here?
It's a 4 year.
And have you worked just the whole time?
Yeah, all time, yeah.
Have you been surprised at how popular the stall has become?
Yeah, I'm not surprised because we are all well done for food or the worker. Everybody, they good work. That's why.
And you have regular visitors, people that come back and back here?
Yeah, back all the time, yes.
It's a full menu?
Yeah.
All authentic Thai?
Yes.
What do people like the most? What do the Welsh shoppers, customers like to buy?
Oh, they like is we have very healthy food. We have the massaman or pad Thai, very popular, and tom yum. Yeah, because healthy, very healthy food.
And so, Mary, the good news is that the Thai Taste empire is growing. Where else can we find you?
Yeah, in Nice, yeah, we open about 2 years.
In the market?
Yeah, in the market.
Fantastic.
And they do very good business too because Thai food popular for everywhere. Yeah.
And how many staff are working here?
We have about 12 altogether. Yeah, part-time and full-time.
All from Thailand?
Yeah, all from Thailand.
Yeah.
Only my boss is from England. Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Well, you've won. Tell, it's time to order my lunch. What should I experience?
Yes, we have kapao, we have pad Thai, we have masaman. Every food that is healthy. Yeah, you can have everyone. You can have your own choice, spicy or not spicy.
Oh, I like spicy.
Yes, you could have kapao then.
So, shall we go for the chicken?
Yeah, you can have chicken kapao or prawn kapao. Yes.
I'll go for the chicken.
Okay, no problem.
Mary, thank you very much.
Okay.
Well, it's time for my own Thai taste. Well, the Thai food was lovely. But if you prefer a more traditional British or Welsh menu, then the place to come is Sandy's Lunchbox, where you can get everything from a cup of soup to a full roast dinner. Sandy, I remember coming here once. I was rehearsing a play. It was really, really cold, and I had the best sweet potato soup that I've ever had in my life. And I had a bread roll as well. It was stunning. And that's the menu, isn't it, really, from soups right up to roast dinners?
Well, yeah, it is. It's what we like to put out there is everything here is home cooked. That's my main thing. We got a big menu. We do the soups, we do the Welsh breakfast, we do the roast dinner. But what I really want everybody to know is nothing comes out of packets here. You know, we don't use like mixes and that kind of thing. We cook everything, you know. When we first started, obviously, you know, we had a couple of, if you like, things didn't go to plan.
I've had those moments as well.
But, you know, all along the way, just over 5 years we've been here now, and you know what I mean, it's brilliant. Everyone knows. If anyone wants a dinner in town, Sandy's is where they come. You know, other places do dinner, I know, but they say, oh God, gotta have a dinner from Sandy's. That makes me so happy. It's what I've done all my life. My son used to bring all his kids home for dinner, you know what I mean? What started out as 4 ended up as 12. So that's, you know, had me in good stead.
Sandy, I got to stop you there because I'm doing this whole interview looking at a tray of roast potatoes, which looks stunning. So hang on. That's better.
Yeah, but it's the smell, Kev. It's the smell as well.
How important is it to you being part of the market community? Because there is a community here, isn't there?
Oh yeah, definitely. Everybody knows Sandy's Lunchbox. Everyone knows, you know, where everyone is. Where's the cockles? Oh, it's over there. Where's the deli? Oh, it's just down there. We all know where each other are. So when someone comes in and they need direction, we direct them to the other stalls, because a lot of people come who haven't been here before, and then you see them time and time again. You know, everybody says, oh, where can you go? I mean, people come here and say, Sand, where can I get Thai food? I say, over there in the corner. You know, I'm not going to be, oh look, I don't want to eat Thai food, come and eat here. We're all here for the same reason, and that's to make a living.
What's your best seller? What do the market customers of Swansea really like to eat?
Sandy's famous roast dinner as seen on BBC TV.
With them potatoes. Oh, bless you. You've been in the market 7 years, but
yes.
With this business number 5?
Just over 5 years now. Rob and I have worked this with family members and everything. And it's just great. It's a good laugh. We're serious about our work, but we're not serious people. And that's, you know, what we like to put out there. We like to have a laugh and a joke with the customers, but we're really serious about what we sell.
Sandy, may you long continue to have a laugh and a joke, and may you long continue to make them roast potatoes, which are behind me.
I'll slap some in a bit of bread through now, Kev.
A roast potato sandwich. Oh, perfect. There's no doubt our shopping habits have changed over the years, but right here in the heart of Swansea city centre is the magnificent Swansea Market with over 100 stalls to choose from. And tell me, who doesn't like cockles?